One thing I've noticed on these videos is that there can be quite a few first-time viewers, and a lot of them tend to ask the same question. So I'm going to start a series of videos where the entire video is just answering one question. That way, as those questions pop up again in the future, I can just paste the link to that specific video that answers the question. And one thing I'll reiterate on all of these videos is that the business we want is not to grow as large as possible. It's not to make the most money possible. What we want to do with this trash business is work the least amount possible while still paying for all of our bills and leaving some over for savings. If we can do that on 1 or 2 days of work a week, that's what we're going to keep it at. So most of the decisions that I will make regarding this business have those parameters. Today's question is, why do we not offer bulk pickups? And it's a great question because it seems like if you're a trash company, you would almost have to offer bulk pickups. And when we talk about bulk pickup, that would be somebody saying, hey, we're moving and we've got a ton of trash we need to be taken away. We're moving in and there's a whole bunch of trash we need you to clean up. That's generally what I mean when I say bulk cleanups. There's a few reasons I don't want to do bulk cleanups. The biggest one is the physicality that it requires. When I'm looking at regular weekly trash pickup, I do have to climb in and out of the truck 100 times a day. I have to hang off of the back of a garbage truck as it's driving down the street. You do have to deal a little bit with the heat and the cold, but really the most physically demanding part of my job is just moving a full trash can from wherever it's at on the street to the back of the garbage truck. And then once it's there, the garbage tipper does the rest of the work. Compared to what I used to do for lawn care and landscaping, this garbage pickup's a breeze. And that's part of the reason why I started this business. I'm 37 years old. I'm not getting any younger. If I'm going to be providing for my family for the next at least 10 years until the kids start getting out of the house, and then beyond that, 20 or 30 or whatever I hope to live, I don't know. It's going to need to be a job that I can still have as I age. So it needs to be one that has less demands when it comes to physical wear and tear on somebody's body. Bulk pickups, those are the complete opposite. They are very physically involved. If you're moving furniture, you're going to need a couple people. I don't want to hire anybody, and I don't want to put my wife at risk by making her pick up, a 200-pound couch with me so we can get it in the back of the garbage truck. It just doesn't make sense to add in another line of business where there's going to be a lot more physical demand, a lot more physical risk. When we have just regular trash pickup, we could focus our time and effort on that, make more money, do less work, and have less physical risk. That's one of the biggest reasons why I won't do bulk cleanouts or trash pickups or whatever you want to call them. Another is the cost. It's going to cost me more money to offer that service because right now, the county that I live in picks up the tab for all the garbage that I collect. And that's because they are a part of a tri-county member landfill arrangement. I don't know the right terms, but basically they pay for all the trash that their residents generate, even if they have somebody like me that they're paying to collect it. That does not extend to furniture, to bulk pickup items, to anything like that. So what that means is if I am offering bulk pickups, now I have to do those on a separate day of the week. I can't build it into my normal garbage route because they have to weigh in and out that specific load of construction debris or furniture or bulk items and charge me for it. So that's no good because it means now I have to add another day of work to do these routes. That's going to be about an hour and 15 minutes to and from the landfill that's added. That's wear and tear on the truck, that's labor, that's fuel costs. And then whatever the dump fees are, I'm going to have to pay that too. Another goal in creating this trash pickup business is to make something that is as simple and easy to run as possible. And bidding plays a huge part in whether a business is simple or not. That's good. I know if somebody's in my service area, it's only going to be $36 a month to pick up their trash every single week. If somebody says, hey, I've got a few couches and pieces of furniture to move, well, okay, what pieces of furniture? How big are they? What do they look like? Someone can send you pictures, but maybe they don't take pictures of everything. Or maybe they do send pictures and you get there and they say, oh, I forgot. Can you add this too? We've got a couple more bags since he showed up. It's very hard to accurately bid how much it will cost to haul something away by pictures. If you don't want to do that, then you're going to have to go look at it, which means time, labor, fuel, wear and tear on your vehicle. It's just not easy or simple to bid one-time cleanouts. I don't want to get into that line of business and have the headache of having to bid every single job individually and accurately. Those are the biggest 3 reasons why I don't do trash outs or clean outs. And sometimes, trying to be helpful, someone will suggest, why don't you just have in your contract that whatever the weight is at the dump, that's what you'll add into the thing. They'll try and give suggestions to fix one of these issues. But generally, that doesn't fix any other issues, and in many cases, it can create new issues. So if you say, well, just tell them that whatever the weight is at the dump, that's what they have to pay for that load. Well, that works fine, but now what you've done is you've created a system where you can only ever do one clean out at a time. You do a clean out, you go to the landfill. You go to your next clean out, you go to the landfill. You go to the next clean out, you go to the landfill. There is never going to be any efficiency that you can build into your route because you're losing an hour and a half in drive time with every single job. You shouldn't be doing that for free, so you're going to have to bill an hour and a half of labor on every single job and an hour and a half of fuel on every single. It doesn't make sense. All those reasons together, it just doesn't make sense for us to offer this given what our goals for the business are. So, all that being said, why do you see me doing a trash out in the background this whole time? One of the reasons is so that I could make this video and speak with some authority. If I've never done a bulk pickup job and I say, well, I'm not going to do it for this, that, or the other, do I really know everything that I could know about bulk cleanouts? No. So I really needed to get one under my belt so I would have a little bit more authority to speak. This was a good opportunity to see if I was right about some of the things that I thought. Another reason is because the person who called for this job, they had some car issues. What I find many times in the county we live in, a lot of folks will take care of it themselves if they have a truck or some vehicle that's junky enough that they don't mind using that as their dump vehicle. What happened here, I think the vehicle got disabled in some way. When we first arrived, it had a flat tire. So it's one of those things where you say, I'm going to fix it. We'll just store the trash for a little while, and weeks turn into months, which can happen very easily. You know, I would never look at somebody with this much trash and say, oh, these people are disgusting, because you don't know anything about those people. The inside of that house could be spick and span, but trash piles up quick if you don't take it away. And if you've got a vehicle that you are relying on and time just gets away from you, this is just a couple months of trash. This isn't somebody who's lived in filth their whole life. This is just somebody who finally said, you know what, I don't think we're going to get that truck fixed. Can you come by and help us out? And if I can lend a helping hand and make some money while I'm doing it, I'm absolutely going to do that. This individual is also somebody that we pass by on our weekly route, so there is no extra drive time involved. The person was able to send 3 pretty good pictures that gave us a good idea of what we were getting into, so there was a lot less ambiguity. And another reason was they were okay with the fact that I said, hey, I see tires in that photo. I can't take any tires. I can't take anything that the landfill could look at and say, hey, that is construction debris. Hey, those are tires. You can't dump that. Anything that could possibly contaminate my load, you just got to be okay with the fact that I can't take it. And the young lady said, absolutely, that's fine. Whatever you can take, take. If you can't, no worries at all. And another reason is they were somebody that, because they were in our service area right next to where we service, we could pitch them on regular trash pickup after that job, which we did, and they signed up for. So I won't say that I'll never do trash cleanouts or one-time cleanups, but this is kind of the only situation where I would ever think about it, where it's mainly household trash, where somebody says, hey, if there's anything you can't take, that's fine. If she said, no, you have to take the tires, I couldn't have done this job. And if it's something where I'm confident that we've got room in the garbage truck for it and we're not going to waste any extra time, yeah, I'll do that job. I will say I was very right about the physicality of it. I was sore the next day from it. My low back was sore. I didn't injure myself or anything like that, but it did reinforce all the thoughts that I had about bulk pickup. And that it didn't even have any furniture or anything, right? That's kind of the nightmare scenario, would be where I try and pick up some really bulky recliner on my own because I don't want to risk my wife getting hurt, and then I pull my back. So these things where it was mainly kitchen bags, kitchen trash bags, I don't mind throwing those things around, or these little, the little garbage can barrels that they were using. Those things are within my risk tolerance. Everything I'm saying you got to take with a grain of salt if you're looking for advice, because I'm still very new in this industry and probably don't know what I don't know. But the things I am sure of is that the type of business we want, there are decisions that will take us closer to that and decisions that will take us away from that. And so for all those reasons we've discussed, that's why most of the time we will not be offering bulk cleanups. I think we're done.